Okay, so let's start with our first chapter on chemical coordination and integration, that is of class 9 chapter. So what basically is that the neural system and endocrine system, they both coordinate and regulate our physiological function in the body. How they regulate it? Nervous system, our neural system have neurons which will go to the cells and will send signals and the stimulation that we receive. Okay, and how endocrine system works? Endocrine system release hormones which goes to the blood, and through the blood they goes to the target cells. And as you know that the neural system having neurons can't reach every single cell, so the endocrine system is made so that every cell is under regulation. So let's study about endocrine glands and hormones. What is an endocrine gland? Endocrine gland is a ductless gland and its secretion is known as hormone. Endocrine gland hormones are released into blood, and by releasing into blood these hormones reach to the target organ. What is the definition? Definition of a hormone is that hormone are the non-nutrient chemicals which act as intercellular messengers and are produced in trace amount. So what is important that hormones, first thing is they are produced in trace amount. Okay, and they are intercellular messengers. How they are intercellular messengers? They are intercellular messengers because they are secreted from the endocrine gland and they act on target cell. Now let's study about human endocrine system. In human endocrine system, what are the cells that we have? We have, starting from the brain, we have hypothalamus, pituitary gland, pineal gland, thyroid and parathyroid gland, thymus, adrenal, pancreas, ovary and testis. Others that also secrete hormones are GI tract, liver, kidney and heart. We will study further that which organ secrete which hormone. Let's first study about hypothalamus. Hypothalamus location is, it is present in the basal part of diencephalon or forebrain. This is a diagrammatic representation of pituitary gland and its relationship with hypothalamus. So in hypothalamus there are neurons present which secrete hormones, and these hormones to the anterior pituitary goes through portal circulation. So this portal circulation is known as hypothalamo-pituitary portal circulation. And these neurons reach to the posterior pituitary by axons. So that's why it has no portal circulation, and this part of pituitary gland is known as pars nervosa. Nervosa represent that it is connected to the neurons. Next we will see that the hypothalamus hormone regulate the synthesis and secretion of pituitary hormone. Hormones of pituitary glands are of two types: releasing hormone and inhibiting hormone. Releasing hormone will stimulate the production of pituitary hormone, and inhibitory hormone will decrease the secretion or inhibit the secretion of pituitary hormones. Like for example, gonadotropin releasing hormone, which is secreted from hypothalamus, will stimulate the pituitary gland. So this is known as a releasing hormone which will stimulate the pituitary gonadotropins. Gonadotropins are FSH and LH. FSH is follicular stimulating hormone and LH is luteinizing hormone. Next, an example of inhibiting hormone is somatostatin, which inhibits the secretion of growth hormone from pituitary gland. Next, in short, is that hypothalamus through portal circulation will stimulate the hormone or inhibit the hormones of anterior pituitary, and hypothalamus through neuroregulation will inhibit or stimulate the secretion of posterior pituitary. Now we will study about posterior pituitary gland. Where is the location of pituitary glands? It is located in the bony cavity called sella turcica. Hypothalamus is connected to the pituitary gland through a stalk. Pituitary gland has two parts, adenohypophysis and neurohypophysis. Adenohypophysis have two parts, pars distalis and pars intermedia. Pars distalis is known as anterior pituitary. What are the anterior pituitary hormones that it secretes? These are growth hormones, prolactin, TSH, ACTH, LH and FSH. So total 6 hormones are secreted by anterior pituitary. Next is pars intermedia. Pars intermedia secrete melanocyte stimulating hormone. Next is neurohypophysis, which is also known as pars nervosa and also known as posterior pituitary. It secretes two hormones. One is oxytocin and second is vasopressin. Increased growth hormone secretion, that is abnormal growth hormone secretion. Abnormal growth hormone secretion will result in abnormal growth. It may result into gigantism, or in adult it may result into acromegaly. Due to acromegaly, there will be disproportion of facial features and the person may die due to the complications. If there is decreased growth hormone secretion, there will be stunted growth and it will result in pituitary dwarfism. Next is prolactin hormone. What is the function of prolactin hormone? Prolactin hormone functions are growth of mammary glands and formation of milk in them. Next is thyroid stimulating hormone. What is the function of thyroid stimulating hormone? Simple. It is stimulating the thyroid gland. So it will stimulate the thyroid to secrete its hormone, which are thyroxine and triiodothyronine. Next is ACTH. The name represents adrenocorticotropic hormone. Adrenocorticotropic hormone. So it will stimulate the adrenal cortex to stimulate the secretion of glucocorticoid. Next is LH and FSH. LH and FSH are gonadotropins. What are their functions? LH in males, it will secrete androgens, and in females, they do ovulation and maintains corpus luteum. FSH in males regulates the spermatogenesis along with androgens, and in females, it give rise to development of ovarian follicles. MSH regulate the pigmentation of skin. What is the function of oxytocin? Oxytocin function is that it acts on the smooth muscles and stimulate their contractions. And in females specifically, it will stimulate the vigorous contraction of the uterus at the time of childbirth and milk ejection from the mammary gland. What is the function of vasopressin? Vasopressin function is on the kidney. It will result in reabsorption of water and electrolytes by the distal tubules. So it will act on the distal tubules. And the vasopressin is also called as ADH. ADH is antidiuretic hormone. Antidiuretic hormone. Impairment of releasing or synthesis of ADH, antidiuretic hormone. So what is the function of ADH? ADH basically what it does is, the name represents antidiuretic. Diuretic means more micturition and antidiuretic means less water loss. So if there is less secretion of ADH, there will be more water loss. If there is more water loss, this condition is known as diabetes insipidus. So this is all about today's lecture. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you. Like, share and subscribe.